WWE 2K26 Royal Rumble. As we're live in the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, ladies and gentlemen, only two superstars will claim their spot at the granddaddy of them all at WrestleMania. Who will win the Royal Rumble? Welcome everyone, as tonight we're going to kick the night off with a 30-man Royal Rumble match. Who will earn the spot with a title shot in hand at the granddaddy of them all?
The following contest is the Royal Rumble match. Now, the two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order they drew. This will continue until all 30 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when you are thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and will go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania!
Who's number 1? Hey! The Second City Saint! The hometown star! The best in the world! CM Punk! For the first time since St. Louis on SmackDown, we see CM Punk live and in living color in his hometown of Chicago to start the Royal Rumble.
Introducing the participants. First, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
CM Punk making his way down the aisle. The best in the world tried his luck in becoming the number 1 contender for the Undisputed WWE Championship only a few weeks ago, but sadly wasn't the case. Roman Reigns was able to come out on top that night. Can Punk be able to outlast 29 other superstars in order to get to the main event of WrestleMania with a title shot in hand? As the citizens of Chicago serenading the Second City Saint here tonight. Got a lot of living color fans in the crowd. I mean, it's a great song. Cult of Personality is a fantastic song. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, who drew number 2 in the Men's Rumble? What? Are you kidding me? Look who's here!
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 230 pounds, Joe Hendry!
Here comes Joe Hendry! Ladies and gentlemen, a man who's made a name for himself overseas, been around the world, a former TNA World Champion! 250 pounds of motivation in Joe Hendry is here in the Royal Rumble. Now the question is, will the WWE Universe believe in Joe Hendry to win the Royal Rumble? Here we go. It's CM Punk. It's Joe Hendry. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Royal Rumble. There we go. Only 28 other superstars to make their way into the match. As, Joe Hendry, right out the gate, vertical suplex, able to take Punk down momentarily. But now, Elbow right to the skull by Punk. This isn't the first time CM Punk started a Royal Rumble match, all the way back in 2011. Able to start that night. Took it till John Cena to eliminate him that night, but let's see how things will fare for Punk as Joe Hendry able to take him down with that clothesline. I believe every 90 seconds or so, a superstar will make their way down the aisle. As Joe Hendry able to take down Punk, or maybe 30 seconds early than 90 seconds. Maybe 60 seconds. Who's number 3? Oh, wait a minute. A man that's beef with Punk in the past, and Jacob Fatu. Fatu number 3. As he goes after Hendry, attacking the shoulders. Just wearing down Hendry does Fatu. And now he's going after Punk. A man who's had a short rivalry with on SmackDown, but Hendry getting involved there. Went from a one-on-one to a triple threat over the top, but Hendry from behind, knocking Punk down. And now Fatu being sent over the top, and now Punk got something in mind, but Hendry not allowing Punk to direct traffic. Now look at the, oh my God, is he? I don't know if he raked the eyes or was biting him, but nonetheless, Fatu not getting taken care of by Punk. Who's number 4? Carmelo Hayes. We saw him on SmackDown in Madison Square Garden try his luck in the Eliminator match against Ethan Page, but came up short. Now tonight has an opportunity to maybe outlast the other stars in this match to get a title shot come WrestleMania. Oh! Hayes, schoolboy head kick right to the skull. Joe Hendry looking to eliminate the Samoan Werewolf. As Carmelo Hayes getting elbowed right to the gut by Punk. Sends him out the corner, high knee. And now throws it up with a lariat to Punk. Fatu able to take care of Hendry momentarily, and a cut of ice. A submission won't factor, but it will do greatly amount of damage towards Hayes. Hendry over the top, and Joe Hendry has been eliminated. Fatu eliminates Joe Hendry, who's number 5. Punk looking at Big Hayes going to slice. Oh! Oh, speaking of the Intercontinental Champion, here comes Oligo Ethan Page. And Punk, spin kick right to the gut of Page. And oh, Fatu caught him with a super kick right on the money. And now Hayes trying to throw a super kick for no avail. But now Page and Hayes going at it. And now Punk and Fatu continuing their rivalry. Samoan drop. Look at Hayes. Look at trying to eliminate Ethan Page. Look at Fatu. Maybe thinking about it. Full head of steam. It took too much time. May have hesitated. And Ethan Page with the first 48 on the Carmelo Hayes. Spin kick. And now Punk trying to take advantage for Fatu. Both men jockeying for position here. Fatu going for Impaler DDT. Who's number 6? Another former Intercontinental Champion. Here comes Penta. They're going to show zero fear getting into that ring. As Penta sends Fatu in the corner. Able to avoid him, did Fatu. Big right, got him in the corner, the high knee by Penta on the Jacob. Throws overhead shot, and another one. And now, oh! Super kick right on the money towards Jacob. Then now Punk trying to get a shot on Jacob. Fatu has Penta with a brain buster. Ethan Page is in trouble, hanging on for dear life. This will be the second elimination of the night. Punk going to sleep to Penta. And Fatu, best moonsault. Oh, couldn't connect. He couldn't He couldn't connect the moonsault, and Punk able to avoid, continue to fight Hayes with the tiaras on the Ethan Page, who's number 7. One half of the tag team champions had a hell of a TLC match on SmackDown. Wait a minute! Oh, Chicken Fat 2! Oh my God! A whisper in the wind by Fatu on the Penta, but Dirty Dom, the 7th entrant in the Rumble, going after Fatu. Carmelo Hayes, scoop slam on the Ethan Page. Hayes up top, he better be careful. Look at Penta, Penta. Oh, thought about a Hurricane Rana, nothing but net by Hayes and Punk. A lot going on, even the cameraman's struggling. Drop kick by Punk. Hayes able to avoid elimination. Fatu up top. Couldn't get the moonsault. Mysterio got the knees. Ethan Page. I didn't even see it. Page got eliminated. Who's number 8? Oh, wow. One half. Oh, wait. Mysterio eliminates Hayes. One half of the World Tag Team Champions, the 8th entrant in the Rumble, Alex Shelley from Monday Night Raw. Right now we have 4 SmackDown superstars and 1 Monday Night Raw superstar in the ring right now. Poison Rana! Penta's been eliminated by Fatu. Mysterio hanging on for dear life. 3 Intercontinental champions all got eliminated. And now we got a former world champion in Punk, the Samoan Werewolf and Jigga Fatu, one after the world tag champion Alex Shelley, and one after the tag team champions Dom Mysterio. The tag champions are going at it. Who's number 9 in the men's Royal Rumble match? Oh, wow. Speaking of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest. Hard to say if he's a part of the Judgment Day, but then again, every man for himself. And the Rumble, Fatu got eliminated by Punk. Punk is still in it, the first entrant. But Priest sent him over. Oh, and Punk's still hanging. Damian Priest, the 9th entrant in the men's Rumble. We'll have the women's Rumble match later on tonight. We have a lot of championships being defended and one to be captured. Punk able to avoid elimination, getting back in the ring after hanging himself out to dry. A low-hanging fruit type of way. As, wait a minute, Damian Priest looking to carve up Punk, claiming that he's the bad guy. No, Punk avoids, caught him in a neck breaker. Number 10. Ladies and gentlemen, the dog face destroyer from Monday Night Raw, Braun Breaker. Oof. Look at Mysterio waiting on Punk, cloning him with the neck breaker. Though the history between Dirty Dom and Punk, when CM Punk intimidated Dominic Mysterio in flow. Mysterio, I think he slipped and fell after trying to go for the 619 on the Punk. But look at Braun Breaker and Alex Shelley. 2 superstars showing up and showing out. 2 Raw stars showing up and showing out against the SmackDown talent. Spine on the pine by Breaker. Priest and Shelley flying over off the ropes. Oof. The long legs of Priest coming into play. High knee to the skull. Mysterio, crossbody. Who's number 11? Damian Priest. Bad. No. Oh, wait a minute. The United States Champion, Rusev. The Bulgarian Brute. Oh, wait. Went for a swing and a miss. Priest able to avoid. Caught him with a forearm. Alex Shelley. Shelley with that lariat moments ago. Breaker targeting Dom Mysterio. Elevated flatliner by Damian Priest. So much action, all going down. Look at Dom Mysterio. Eliminates Braun Breaker. Rusev didn't even have to lay a finger on Braun Breaker, but he'll get his chance on Raw in Vegas in the MGM Grand Arena. Punk got him downstairs, thinking butterfly. Punk is still in it. Got a lot of respect for that. Showed the determination and fire within Punk in his hometown. The ring general, the 12th entrant in the Royal Rumble match. Gunther, 619, caller ID got blocked. Look at Punk, got Gunther, able to avoid backdrop. And now look at Rusev going after Shelley, but Shelley counters. And Dom after Priest. Thinking drop kick, Priest able to avoid. But look at a nice counter. Gunther over the top. Oh! Dom Mysterio with a springboard. Running kick by Punk on the Gunther. Rusev hanging on for dear life. Rusev is hanging on for dear life at the bottom rope. Able to fight back in. We're already past 1/3 of this match. Who will be maybe unlucky, number 13? Rusev eliminates Shelley. And here comes 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet! Jey Uso got in the ring, but sadly collateral damage by the feet of Gunther. The drop kick to Punk and knocked into Jey Uso as well, but Jey with a super kick. But look at Priest from behind. Sending Jey off the ropes. Able to butt heads. And now Jey got it by the waist. Got it from behind. Back. No. Thinking back suplex, but Priest turned that around quickly. And now Damian Priest. Looking to channel the bad guy. Jey Uso suffers the Razor's Edge. And now Mysterio thinking frog splash, but the U.S. champion got the knees up. And Rusev. Rusev was taken back, but Dom took care of Damian Priest, who's number 14. Punk high knee, thinking Bulldog connects. Monster kick by Rusev after eliminating Dirty Dom. Ilya Dragunov, 14th competitor in the match. Oof. And now, Ilya Dragunov, German suplex. Oh, still got him hooked. Another one, and now a third. Again, respect to CM Punk. He's still in the match from the first entry. We're about to be halfway through the Rumble. Power bomb on the Gunther by Dragunov. I'm sure Dragunov is still pissed. I'm not only losing to Gunther at Survivor Series in that 3-on-3 tornado elimination tag. Oh, Rusev got eliminated by Priest. Who's number 15, but also Dragunov lost to Gunther in a steel cage match. Oh, wait a minute. With his lemon pepper steppers, here comes Trick Williams. Trick Williams, they're going to target Dragunov. Let's talk about it. Spear by Jey Uso on the Damian Priest. And look at Punk. Sharpshooter on the Gunther. But the ring general escapes. The long, powerful legs of Gunther able to get out the hold. And Punk again. Sharpshooter locked in. Even if Gunther tapped, it wouldn't mean a damn thing. And again, Gunther gets out the hold. Trick Williams on the second rope. Punk. Neckbreaker. Dragunov. But the sufferer double axe handle. Oh, Constantine special by Dragunov. Number 16. It's been a minute since things were phenomenal. Here comes the return of AJ Styles. Styles after Dragunov. Gunther over the top. Oh, Trick almost eliminated Gunther, but Gunther will hang on. I think Gunther's busted open by the eye there. The left eye. But look at Trick. Did he trick me? He tried to go for the trick shot, but he couldn't get it. Priest eliminated by Dragunov.
Damian Priest has been eliminated.
Damian Priest eliminated. Trick Williams takes out Punk. Jey Uso takes out Trick Williams. AJ Styles able to get out the corner. Went high. Dragunov went low. Neither man connected. Big clothesline by Trick. Trick got Gunther. Swinging neckbreaker. Number 17. Oh, wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen. Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix appears in the WWE Poison Rana. The first move he does is the Poison Rana on the Dragunov. But Dragunov able to fire back. AJ Styles will see Karoshi on the Trick Williams. Bodies are flying everywhere. The ring is piled up here. Punk got Gunther. Looking to make him go to sleep. But Gunther, wide awake, able to counter. And Gunther with the reel them in. Lariat. Caught Punk with the lariat. And now CM Punk eliminated. Went over the top. Gunther eliminates Punk. Punk is furious, but he had a hell of a showing in this Rumble match. There comes a former World Heavyweight Champion. Here comes Bronson Reed. Gunther, a man who's been through a lot in this match so far. The one to eliminate the Second City Saint now might be at wit's end here because Gunther looks beaten up here. Bronson Reed got Dragunov. Wasteland. Senton. Drop kick by Rey Fenix on the Trick. Gunther looking to go to work on Styles. But Styles got Bronson Reed up. Jey Uso with a thrust kick. Bronson Reed counters. Chop block. And a Trick. Axe kick to the back of the neck of Dragunov. And now Bronson Reed planting Rey Fenix right on the top of his head. And Jey Uso's eliminated. Rey Fenix over the top. And Rey Fenix is eliminated.
Rey Fenix has been eliminated.
Dragunov taken out by that neckbreaker by Trick Williams. But now Trick trying to muscle up Bronson Reed, but Reed able to use the momentum to counter. The ring's starting to empty out a bit. Superstars getting eliminated left and right. Who's number 19? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a revolution. And AJ Styles got eliminated. Right as I was looking at Ricky Saints making his way down the aisle, debuting in the Rumble tonight, the Phenomenal One got eliminated shortly after. And now Dragunov with a springboard on the Gunther. Ricky Saints is in trouble. No. Nice counter. Inverted DDT. And now Ricky Saints. What a scorpion death drop there. Able to plant him. And now, gut wrench suplex. Trick Williams are going to eliminate Gunther, but Gunther's still in it. This is the first match of the night, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot has happened all within the last 24 minutes so far in the Royal Rumble match. Chuck Williams, he was hanging on, but Gunther eliminates him. And oh, what a spear by Ricky Saints. Who's number 20? We're in the latter half of the Rumble here. Here comes the Viper. A man who won the Royal Rumble in 2009 and 2K16 has Dragunov takes care of Bronson Reed. Randy Orton looking to win his second Royal Rumble match. I'm surprised he's cleared after the attacks by the hands of the Demon Finn Balor. But we saw Randy on SmackDown this past week try to get revenge on the Demon, on the Prince, but sadly it backfired. Will tonight be able to be a difference maker for Randy Orton? Dragunov sent over the top hanging, and Dragunov still in it. Bronson Reed tried to go for a Samoan drop, able to counter, did Randy Orton. Ricky Saints, Scorpion Death Drop. Number 21, the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio, Rochambeau by Ricky Saints, on to Randy Orton nonetheless. Ricky Saints, a bold maneuver, oh my God! We just witnessed a double elimination, almost in stereo. Rey Mysterio eliminated Dragunov, and Ricky Saints eliminated almost a fresh Randy Orton. And now look at Rey Mysterio, double foot stomp on the Bronson Reed. And now look at Mysterio, eyesight moonsault, look at that. Ricky Saints hanging on for dear life, but look at Bronson Reed, fired up here, stiff lariat, and Ricky Saints is eliminated. Gunther, bloodied and all, is still willing to fight. Number 22. Some people thought he wouldn't make it. Here comes the ruler, Obafemi. Oh wait, look at Bronson Reed, right at the gate, planting him right at the top of his skull, which was a smart move because Obafemi, I'm sure not 100% from that last man standing match on Raw this past week. Gunther thinking big boot. Mysterio got caught by Reed. Clubbing blow. Things are starting to get bigger and heavier in this ring. Bronson Reed. Death Valley driver Obafemi with a slam dunk of a choke slam. Tsunami not able to put away Mysterio. Mysterio avoided. Thinking clothesline, but Reed is staggered. Number 23. That's Gunther with a stiff lariat on the Oba. Oh my. Could there be a follow-up from the last man standing match? McIntyre in the Rumble going after Mysterio, man he beat on Raw. Oh wait! Gunther eliminated by Reed! Big Bronson Reed eliminated the ring general, the same man he beat to win his first world title at the Elimination Chamber 1 year ago. And now Obafemi looking at Mysterio as if he's baby food to put him away early. Oh no! Mysterio was able to take down Obafemi momentarily, and McIntyre able to avoid elimination by the hands of the man that he beat at Philadelphia WrestleMania last year. Oh my! And F5! And F5! Oh, Obafemi! Mysterio eliminates the ruler! Number 24, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. 2K24's WrestleMania main eventer. A man who won 2K23's Royal Rumble match to fight Gunther for the WWE title. Drew McIntyre, a man who also won the Rumble just last year, went on and won the world title. Only 3 men in this ring right now have won the Royal Rumble. Rey Mysterio back in 2006, McIntyre 2K24, Cody Rhodes in 2K23. The odd man out is Bronson Reed, but he's a former world champion just like everybody else in this ring. And on Mysterio, they're going to take a bold move to eliminate Reed. Who's number 25? Oh my God, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. If I was you, oh, there you go. Rhodes up the, oh no, Lesnar caught him. And now Lesnar sends him into the corner. Looking to follow up from the brawl we saw on Raw this past week. Lesnar wants to ruin the chances of Cody Rhodes winning the Rumble and main eventing WrestleMania. Lesnar hated the fact that Cody went on to succeed off of a shady officiating at the SummerSlam Premium Live event in 2K22. When he had his hand underneath the bottom rope, but Cody Rhodes came away the winner. But now Brock Lesnar and Bronson Reed going at it. Oh my God, no! Pile driver by McIntyre! So much history in this ring with everybody. Oh! Future Shock DDT. Oh wait! Further breaker. Number 26. Oh my God! What an interesting pick! What an entrant! Vikingo from AAA has finally debuted in the WWE, and sadly Rey Mysterio, right as he got to the ring, Rey Mysterio got eliminated. Did I just see McIntyre springboard into a DDT? You gotta be kidding me! And Lesnar eliminates Vikingo! And look at Lesnar trying to eliminate Rhodes, but Cody avoids it. Wow, Lesnar just got rid of Vikingo with ease. It doesn't matter if this universe or any other universe, Brock Lesnar, if he sees you as an easy, disposable human being, he will treat you as such. Number 27, Cody Rhodes, pedigree, Kevin Owens, what the? Kevin Owens, I mean, we haven't seen him in how long? Not even in ring gear. Oh, and Cody! Oh, I thought he eliminated Lesnar. Oh, that would have done more damage to the entire WWE if Brock Lesnar got eliminated by Cody. And don't forget, oh wait, Crossroads by Rhodes. Don't forget, on Raw in Vegas, Lesnar and Cody have an Extreme Rules, no holds barred match coming up on Raw. I think, look at Cody Rhodes going after Kevin Owens, I believe wearing a Dusty Rhodes shirt. Oh! Nice bulldog by Rhodes on the KO. Number 28. What the hell? Aleister Black in a suit? This is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. It's like if they were told last minute, get your ass to the ring, the Royal Rumble's on. Oh my God. Bronson Reed eliminated by Drew McIntyre. Big Bronson Reed got powerbombed to the outside by the hands of McIntyre. Aleister Black takes out Kevin Owens with a German. Cody thinking springboard, but no one was in the range for him to land it. Brock Lesnar with the power bombs. Who is number 29? Here comes the megastar. And McIntyre got eliminated. Oh, what a clothesline by Knight. Cody's still in it. LA Knight's here. Kevin Owens sent to the corner. Again, Aleister Black in a suit. Kevin Owens not in his traditional gear. Again, it's like if they were told last minute, hey, you're in the Rumble. Get to the ring if you want a shot at WrestleMania. It shows that despite not being in their ring gear, it shows how far they're willing to go. Cody Rhodes sticking pedigree. Lesnar took care of LA Knight. Kevin Owens back in the ring. As Kevin Owens downstairs. Who's number 30 in the Royal Rumble match? Stunner on Aleister Black. The Demon. Finn Balor. The Demon has risen at the Rumble. Aleister Black's eliminated. Kevin Owens lands on his feet. Owens and Balor, former rivals, going at it here. Back suplex. And now Lesnar got LA Knight in position. German suplex. But Cody Rhodes, we're down to the final 5. Who's going to WrestleMania? Cody got Owens. Crossroads. Flying forearm. Busted open, Knight in the process. And now Cody trying to set up Knight. Lesnar and Balor. They've met at WrestleMania in 2K19. Lesnar won the Rumble that year. Lesnar looking to try to get a second Rumble win, just like Kevin Owens, who also won the Rumble back in 2K18. Lesnar able to counter. Kevin Owens got back in the ring. Balor looking to eliminate LA Knight here. Oh no, Lesnar got Owens. Eliminates the prize fighter. And Cody Rhodes from behind. We're down to the final 4. Who's gonna go to WrestleMania? Who will have a title opportunity in their grasp? On the granddaddy of them all, Rhodes fired up here. Lesnar with a wicked shoulder tackle on the Balor. And now the Demon King sends Brock Lesnar down. Up top he goes. Drop kick. Look at Balor. Rhodes avoided Balor, but LA Knight able to take him down momentarily. BFT on the Balor. Sends LA Knight to the corner, double boot. And oh, Lesnar, like a freight train, got involved, knocking Knight down. Oof. High knee right to the abdomen. Again, ladies and gentlemen, who's it gonna be? Arm drag takedown by Balor. Lesnar sent him in the corner. Lesnar got Balor, scoop and a slam. Where the hell's Lesnar going? Oh my God! Lesnar! What the fuck did I just see? Lesnar at this stage of his career just nailed a shooting star press and Rhodes crossroads. And oh, LA Knight eliminates the Demon. We're down to 3. Who's gonna win it? One bad move, one mistake is all it takes. Who's going to the WrestleMania event? Cody Rhodes hanging on for dear life, and Lesnar just watching idly by. Getting involved. Rhodes swings back, knife from behind, elbow to the face by Rhodes. Cody setting up, cross Rhodes on the Knight. Knight is busted open and beaten up, but Lesnar with the knee, but Rhodes with a kick. Rhodes has something in mind. Lesnar sent him in the corner. Look at Lesnar setting up Rhodes. Cody's in trouble. Look at Lesnar. Lesnar fulfills his prophecy.
Has been eliminated.
He said he'll be the one to ruin Rhodes' plans of winning the Rumble. And Lesnar eliminated Cody Rhodes. We're down to 2. It's Lesnar. It's Knight. Who's going to WrestleMania? LA Knight got to be careful. Lesnar's been here before! My God. I mean, technically, this will make Lesnar a 3-time Rumble winner if he can get it done tonight. 2003, 2K19, and then now 2K26. Lesnar tossing Knight. Lesnar was entrant number 25. Belly to belly. LA Knight. Can he survive? Knight got Lesnar. Oh! Lesnar eliminated! LA Knight is going to WrestleMania!
Here is your winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, your eyes are not deceiving you! It's not a game anymore! It's LA Knight's game! LA Knight wins the Royal Rumble! Knight is going to the show of shows! Well, ladies and gentlemen, more to come here tonight on the Rumble, but coming up next, it's the Undisputed Championship match. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. Make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell where you never miss a video from this channel.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. That is for the Undisputed WWE Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, after witnessing LA Knight winning the Royal Rumble, now that begs the question to be asked. Who will the megastar choose to face at WrestleMania? But I'll tell you this, we're going to find out who will be the Undisputed Champion going into the next pit stop before WrestleMania. A premium love event that will be announced later on tonight. As the Tribal Chief is looking to reclaim his championship gold. Roman Reigns had a hell of a season 11. Returned to SmackDown at the end of season 10. Went on to win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Wanted to use that to build status, to build himself up, to eventually ready himself to become the WWE Champion. And Roman Reigns did that. He went on to SummerSlam, went on to challenge the Undisputed Champion, and walked out as so. Reigns walked out with the gold at SummerSlam in Cleveland. Now, Roman Reigns, after losing the title at No Mercy in Madison Square Garden, live in the United Center, Roman Reigns looking to claim the WWE title once again. No doubt the Tribal Chief has transformed himself to be the complete package. Big star presence. Can get it done in the ring. No wasted motion. No slowing down. In a good place mentally, physically. Roman Reigns, even without his family by his side, has one thing in mind. Beat John Cena. But can the Tribal Chief rise above the chance of Cena's championship retention here tonight? Or will John Cena show why he is the Undisputed Champion, the up-team-time World Champion, making his way in Chicago? Roman Reigns on SmackDown this past week claimed that John Cena feels like a nostalgia act, that John Cena is not what is up to date now, claiming that Cena is only biding time, and at the Royal Rumble, it will be time's up for the champ. But that's up to Cena to whether that happens or not. Will the up-team time champion be able to get through the Tribal Chief like he got through Jiggaw 2 at Survivor Series? Undisputed title on the line. Take it to Alicia Taylor for the announcements.
Introducing the challenger from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the OTC, Roman Reigns. And his opponent from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the Undisputed WWE Champion, the greatest of all time, John Cena.
You gotta wonder if that irks Roman Reigns for Alicia Taylor to call John Cena the greatest of all time. But no doubt Roman Reigns, he said it himself on SmackDown that he's the most dominant champion in this universe history, which is a fact, to be honest. Reigns has 2 title reigns under his belt that was very dominant. Will this be another if he could get through Cena? Or will Cena have a dominant reign of his own here tonight? And right off the gate, Cena, clothesline, takes Reigns down. Able to take Roman Reigns, or able to take him down momentarily, but now Cena, after getting up from getting knocked down by Reigns, Liger bomb, able to plant Reigns down early. They're going to hit each other with their best shots in the early going here. These two have met before in the past, but it's always in multi-man scenarios. It's rarely a one-on-one. The last one-on-one match I can think of that these two had was 2K20, when John Cena, oh wait, Reigns taking big lariat, but Cena able to connect the drop kick. Roman Reigns fought John Cena at Survivor Series during Brand Warfare. Reigns was the US champion. Cena was the Intercontinental champion. And I believe that night, Roman Reigns came out the victor. There was also WrestleMania in Newark, New Jersey. Oh, in 2K20, when Roman Reigns beat John Cena on night 2 for a draft pick. That was Reigns becoming Universal Champion the night before. A lot of history between these two stars. And now, Reigns scooping a slam. For those watching for the first time, we are in our 12th season. Meaning, a lot of moments and memories and matches that you can think of might have happened in the past. Cover, hook of the leg, up the lariat, and Cena got the shoulder up. A lot have happened in the past. It's kind of hard to move forward, especially when superstars come and go. Some pass away early, some retire, etc. Reigns with that Boston Crab onto a Massachusetts native in Cena. Big right there by Reigns. And look at Cena. Monkey flip. 265 pounds. Cena just monkey flip Reigns. As the Undisputed Champion, looking to weather the storm here. Elbow right to the spine. And now Roman Reigns thought about getting back in the ring, but he noticed Cena got back outside. Oh, wait! Oh! Back suplex. A vertical suplex by Reigns, punting Cena. Just sending him by the barricade. Roman Reigns. He's won every world title that we've had in this universe mode. He's the first ever Universal Champion in this universe mode in 2K17. And now Cena, he thought about clocking Reigns there, but Reigns tried to block him, but Cena caught him with the headbutt, which is a rare occasion that able to knock Reigns down. I mean, he is Samoan! But I guess that time, Cena was able to find a sweet spot to do damage off the headbutt, and then followed up with the government suplex. Now Cena up top, thinking leg drop, but Reigns, oh my God! Jackknife powerbomb to the floor. Jackknife powerbomb to the big boot. Cena now got Reigns in position. Oh, look at Cena. Knee breaker. Trying to drop the forearm, but Reigns avoided. Oof. They're going to knock the wind out of the sails of Cena with that gut punch. Count of 6. Reigns cannot win the title, and he knows that. They're going to bide his time here. Count of 7. And now look at that. Send Cena back in the ring. The aged veteran in Reigns. But look at Cena. The veteran in Cena able to catch Reigns momentarily. But now Reigns got him downstairs. Powerbomb position. And another jackknife powerbomb, planting Cena hard. Referee getting in the way, but look at Reigns. Will he connect? No! Cena able to get the knee up just in time, preventing the spear. There were some moments in that Rumble match I really can't believe I witnessed. Drew McIntyre hit a springboard. Joe Hendry made his debut. Ray Phoenix made his debut. And Brock Lesnar delivered a shooting star press. Are you kidding me? That was a great way to start. And now Cena and Reigns duking it out for the richest prize in our sport, the Undisputed title. Reigns thinking Superman punch, but Cena able to avoid, sent him in the corner. And now Cena Scoop and a slam. Smart move. Goes for the cover. Reigns is busted open as well. Blood pouring down the face of Reigns. But Cena, oh wait, got caught. Reigns. Scoop and a slam. But there's Cena. Catching Reigns with a leg sweep. And now John Cena got him up. Attitude adjustment. But look at Cena. Shades of SummerSlam. When he attacked Reigns. When this all started. Attitude adjustment. Back to back. Cena looking to retain. Reigns powers out. You gotta be. Oh my God. There are certain things that these superstars, despite seeing almost everything so far in the last 12 seasons, they still continue to amaze me. Cena dropping the fist. I guess able to finish the 5-knuckle shuffle there. And now sends Reigns. Able to use the steps to trip him by the barricade. As Cena working on the left leg of Reigns here. Cena having the upper hand on the outside so far. WWE Universe is going crazy as Cena gets across ringside by the Tribal Chief. Count of 7. Back in the ring. But that allows Cena to walk away with the title in hand. But we all know how Cena is. He's a fighting champion. Not going to give up that easy. But look at Reigns. Oh! Almost channeling Nakamura there with the landslide. And Cena able to get the shoulder up for one. Reigns and Nakamura back in 2K18 for the Universal title. The crowd loving both men here. But Reigns, spear, looking to finish the job. Spear! Superman punch, and then the spear. There's the Tribal Chief. No, not able to finish my sentence. Cena able to kick out of 2. Not allowing Reigns to become the champion. Will they fight forever? All for the title, who knows? Cena trying to set up Reigns here. But Roman up to his feet, and Reigns with a big lariat. Looks like the Tribal Chief has kicked it up to another gear. And Cena is struggling to keep up. Maybe Reigns might have a point. That John Cena's days as the #1 guy are definitely passé. That the urge to say you can't see me are finally behind us. But Cena has a chance to prove it all wrong. Thinking about the AA perhaps for Reigns able to shut it down. Now Roman got Cena up on his shoulders. Snake eyes. Roman just beating Cena down. Oh. Big kick right to the spine. The Tribal Chief is getting fired up here. Sticking another Superman punch in the corner. But Cena with a lariat that time. Now what's Cena thinking? He thought about the AA, but he hesitated. Cena hesitated momentarily. And Reigns was able to catch him lacking. Elbow right to the skull. And now look at Cena throwing shots. Throwing caution at the wind. Northern Light suplex. Pinning bridge to retain. No! As Cena drives the knee right to the skull. As John Cena able to yank Reigns out of the corner. It's anyone's ball game here. Who's it gonna be? Is it Reigns or is it Cena? Roman Reigns, big clothesline. Reigns in the cover. Does Cena have anything left? Yes, he does at 2. And Reigns! At the last possible moment! Reigns beats Cena!
Here is your winner and the new Undisputed WWE Champion, the OTC Roman Reigns!
Let's take it back to the few episodes of SmackDown where superstars qualified for the four-way match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, as Jordan Grace was able to defeat Kiana James with the rack bomb for the win to qualify. Then, on SmackDown a week later, Laura Valkyria was able to meet Blake Monroe for the first time, able to connect the Nightwing. Despite being attacked before the match, Lyra qualified for the four-way, able to earn herself a spot. Then the man, Becky Lynch, had aspirations, but Nikki Bella was able to return and shut it all down. Crucifix pin on the man, Nikki Bella, able to qualify, and Charlotte Flair, very decisively, was able to connect with natural selection, overcoming Last Legend to qualify for the final spot. As we already have one new champion crowned, it's time to crown another, who will finally be the Women's Intercontinental Champion.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match and is for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Making her way to the ring from Austin, Texas,
as Jordan Grace makes her way into the ring. Jordan Grace had her first Royal Rumble appearance here tonight. Big opportunity for the Juggernaut. She tried her luck with Nikki Bella on SmackDown this past week, but Nikki Bella was able to walk away with the win going into tonight. As the Fearless One makes her way towards the ring. WWE Hall of Famer,
and
Nikki Bella.
From Scottsdale, Arizona, Nikki Bella!
A former women's champion in her own right, but now looking to claim the Intercontinental title for the very first time. That really shows how far and how much evolved the women's division have become. When Nikki Bella was around back in 2K26, it was only about 2 championships. The women's title and the Divas title. Now, there's more options. There's tag title, United States, Intercontinental, and the World Championships. As here comes a woman who's held gold in her own right, a former women's television champion, a former tag team champion, because she won her first Intercontinental title here tonight. The master of the Nightwing, Lyra Valkyria.
From Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria!
Lyra Valkyria, making her way down the aisle, has an opportunity just like the rest in this match. Making her Royal Rumble appearance once again, but this time competing for a shot to be champion. But luckily, the Royal Rumble match for the women, just like the men, the Rumble winner will get to choose a world title shot. So even the winner of this match, or even the competitors of this match, still have a chance to be in the Women's Rumble to complete the field and also have an opportunity to main event WrestleMania, just like our last competitor in this match did last year. The Queen! Won the Rumble last year. Went on to face Bayley, but fell short. But tonight, all hail the Queen. Here comes Charlotte Flair.
From the Queen City,
Will Charlotte Flair be like her father and win her first Intercontinental title? Ric Flair, back in 2005, was able to win the Intercontinental Championship at Unforgiven from Carlito at that time. Here at the Royal Rumble 2026, will Charlotte Flair, only about 21 years later, be able to win the Intercontinental title here tonight? She tried her luck when we had the Women's Television Championship, a title that her father once held with the NWA, but sadly, when Jade Cargill was the champion, Charlotte fell short. But now in this four-way, big opportunity for the Queen. As we all know, the Intercontinental title is usually the Working Stars Championship. That's the thing though. Which one of these women will have that right to be a working women's Intercontinental champion? Who will be the one to be a fighting champion and fight anyone on the roster? Will it be the Queen? Will it be the Fearless One? Will it be Lyra Valkyria? Will it be the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace? Something's gotta give. Who'll be crowned the new Women's Intercontinental Champion? Jordynne Grace, Nikki Bella, Lyra Valkyria, Charlotte Flair. Who's gonna be champ after this one? Right out the gate, drop kick to the knees by Nikki Bella, which is smart. You see the knee brace on the Flair. Who knows if she's had injuries in the last few months. As Lyra, with that enziguri head kick on the Jordynne Grace, and takes out Nikki Bella as well. If Becky Lynch was able to win that match against Nikki Bella, it would have been an interesting dynamic to see the former tag team champions go at it one-on-one, or at least in this four-way environment, with the Intercontinental title hanging in the balance. Nikki Bella forming the face cover. Shoulders are down on Lyra. Remember, one pinfall or submission, that's it to win the Intercontinental title. No eliminations will occur. There's no elimination stipulation in this matchup. One fall to a finish. Shoulder tackle there by Jordan. Takes out Nikki. Charlotte Flair and Lyra going in at ringside. Big kick there by Nikki Bella. And now, vicious strikes by Nikki. You see Charlotte sends Lyra to the steps, but Nikki Bella working on the head and neck of Jordynne Grace in the ring. And now Charlotte planning Lyra gut first. Bit tough for our cameraman to keep up in this multi-woman matchup here. 4 women all vying to become champion. Still to come tonight, an I Quit match for the Women's World title, the Women's Royal Rumble, and then the Women's United States title between Liv and Rhea, and then the Men's World title, Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. And look at Lyra going after a chair, but Charlotte knocked it out of her hands early. Snapmare takedown kick to the spine. And now Charlotte with a kendo stick. Nikki Bella sends her off the ropes. Bella Buster. Charlotte Flair eyeing down Lyra. But look at Nikki Bella. Nikki. Oh wait, rack attack. No 2.0. Rack attack applied. Isn't enough to win the Intercontinental title, and Charlotte Flair intervenes at 2. Able to prevent Nikki Bella from winning the Intercontinental title. Follow-away slam and a kip-up by the Queen. And now Jordan Gray sticking fireman's carry. Look at Charlotte Flair, backbreaker STO. Thinking German, but Jordan able to avoid. Sends Nikki into the corner to Charlotte. What does Jordan Grace have in store for Lyra Valkyria? Alabama slam by Nikki Bella. Look at the strength, look at the power of the Juggernaut Superplex. Avalanche Superplex off the top. And now the Juggernaut thinking jackhammer. You saw Nikki Bella waiting in the wings. But Nikki Bella sends her off the rope, shoulder tackle. So much going on in this four-way. Nikki Bella doing push-ups, mocking Lyra. Called her a loser. Lyra frustrated, but Nikki caught her locking. But Lyra able to counter. Oh, but Nikki with a lariat. Kick to the midsection downstairs. Liger bomb. Liger bomb by Flair. And now look at Lyra able to counter. German suplex. Look at Charlotte. Schoolgirl one-arm powerbomb. Kendo stick in hand. Nikki Bella able to avoid. Able to avoid did Lyra. Scooping a slam by Jordan Grace. Another body slam by Grace. Nikki mocking Lyra, calling her a loser. Michinoku driver by Grace. Spinning back fist. Vicious by Jordan Grace there. Nice Death Valley driver by Grace on the Flair. Trying to wear her down here. Scooping the slime by Lyra. But look at Grace! Grace driver! Plundered her with the Grace driver or the Juggernaut driver, but not enough to put her away. Reverse atomic drop by Grace. Charlotte thinking spear, but Nikki counter with a DDT. Look at forearm, but look at Lyra. Pinning predicament, Flair up to her feet. Able to stop. Able to stop the pinfall attempt. Lyra got her up. Nightwing! Springboard! Crossbody on the Bella. Hook of the leg. But Grace right there to make the save just in the nick of time before even the count was even made, just to be sure. The strength of Jordan Grace displayed there moments ago on the Lyra. Went for a boot, got blocked. Sends her off the ropes, ducks it. And a spine buster right under the kendo stick. And Charlotte Flair gets involved. Nikki Bella had something in mind, but Jordan Grace suffers for it. Natural selection, going for the cover, but Nikki able to prevent it. Missed the integrity did Lyra. Planted her face first. Whips the kendo stick to Flair did Lyra. So much action going on in this four-way. It's hard to keep up. Nikki on the outside. Grayson and Flair going at it. Sent both into the corner. Nikki Bella using Flair. And then Jordynne Grace takes out Bella in the process. Something has to give in this four-way. Who's looking to become the Women's Intercontinental Champion? And now Lyra Valkyria got Jordynne Grace. Fisherman Buster. Oh my God. Grace is down. Bella and Flair on the outside. Lyra in the cover. Lyra Valkyria is the Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Here is your winner and the new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria is the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. She's finally done it. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take it back to previously on Raw. Bayley looking to meet Naomi up on the stage. Here we go. Survivor Series continues between Bayley and Naomi here in Puerto Rico. Naomi wants Bayley, and Bayley wants more of Naomi. Will this ever end? That was when they brawled in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then Bayley on the first Raw of 2K26, almost putting it out there that Naomi doesn't know how to quit, and Bayley was able to get confronted by Naomi, and Naomi was able to come up with a weird proposition in order to get another shot at the Women's World title at the Royal Rumble, suggesting an I Quit match, saying if Bayley can make her say I quit, that she will leave Raw in the process of losing if she does not win the Women's World title, and Bayley immediately accepted, which leads us to tonight. Will Bayley remain as the Women's World Champion, the longest reigning champion ever, or will Naomi get the job done tonight?
The following contest is an I Quit match. There will be no pinfalls, no countouts, and no disqualifications. The only way to win the match is to make your opponent say the words, I quit. It is for the WWE Women's World Championship.
This is Naomi's last chance at the Women's World title here tonight. She tried to luck at Survivor Series. She came up short that night. New attitude, new look for Naomi. Looking to make the WWE Universe feel the glow in a alternative way. Proceeding with caution, does Naomi. But yep, Naomi's last opportunity here tonight. She takes on Bayley in an I Quit match. I can't remember the last time the women's division had an I Quit match many moons ago, but this is a first in this Universe Mode history. The women getting that honor. Another first time ever matchup in Universe Mode. The women get that honor. In 2K24, the women had the first honor to compete in an ambulance match. In WrestleMania, that night Trish Stratus became the women's champion. But tonight, first ever I Quit match, especially for the women, and the women's world title on the line. As Naomi is taking on the most dominant woman, the most dominant champion, the most consistent champion in Universe Mode today, the longest reigning women's world champion in history, Bayley. Bayley has held on to this championship all of last season, never lost the title once. Bayley has won the championship from Bianca Belair on an episode of Raw before ECW's One Night Stand. Then Damage Control got stronger. And at one point, Damage Control held all the gold. But now it's Bayley that's left standing as the champion of Damage Control. Will tonight be the nail in the coffin for Bayley as Women's World Champion? We'll find out. Take it to Alicia Taylor.
Introducing the challenger from Orlando, Florida, Naomi! And her opponent from San Jose, California, the WWE Women's World Champion,
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Women's World title on the line. Bayley defends against Naomi. I quit. The only way to win is uttering 2 words, 5 letters. I quit. Who will it be? How far are these 2 women willing to go? And right out the gate, pump knee by Naomi on the Bayley, but Bayley catches her with a kick. Big kick to the gut, and now big elbow to the skull. Able to push her right onto the ropes to Naomi. Now they're going to back down to the champion. New attitude, new presence. A new look for Naomi, but still. Looking to do some serious damage. Back suplex by Naomi.
No.
Wants the referee to ask her. And Bayley says no. Too early. Way too soon. Sent her to the corner now. Kick after kick right to the abdomen. Look at Bayley, full head of steam. But Naomi able to turn that around real quick. I mean, don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of history between these 2 women, dating back to 2K17 in Season 3. Oof. But that was when Bayley made her debut. And Naomi was the champion at one point. Bayley up top. Cross spot. These 2 have fought many, many times before. What the? Oh my God! How far are they willing to go? Barbed wire baseball bat. I wonder if Mick Foley has something to do with that. When the hell did Bayley get her hands on Barbie? No! But Naomi able to prevent it. There's Naomi. Oh, setting her up. Bayley caught her with a kick to the gut. And now, oof, head first off the post. But right there, Naomi able to counter. But look at that. Counter for counter. Sending Naomi cross ringside. And now Bayley got something in mind. Oof, elbow right to the gut. And now got her thinking vertical suplex perhaps. No, able to counter. Chop block. Submission applied. Naomi refusing to quit. And Bayley lets go of the hold, looking to maybe think of a plan B perhaps. The elbow there by Naomi, able to stop herself from going into the steps, but oh, the world champion sent into the steps by the challenger. And now Naomi had something in mind with a drop kick, but a stomp right to the abdomen.
Are you done?
No way.
Naomi not looking to give up. Able to stay alive in this one. As Naomi suffers a belly to back by Bayley. Planted her in the upper back on her neck. The champion looking to unleash a level of brutality we might have not seen before. Sends her by the barricade. Trying to work on the head and neck. Naomi able to avoid. Bayley with a forearm. Got her up. Has something in mind. Oh. A chop block counter by Naomi. Able to take the champion down. Swing and a miss. And now Bayley. She has something in mind. Naomi was taken back of what Bayley was trying to do. Able to take care of that with the head scissors. And Naomi with a lariat. We saw Barbie brought out, but oh! Set out jawbreaker there by the challenger. Now wants the referee to check her, but Bayley refuses to quit. He even called the referee an idiot. Or maybe she was calling Naomi that, but nonetheless. Naomi right there with that pump kick, able to take her down. Oh! And a jawbreaker to follow. Doesn't matter if they say the words or maybe got to lock in a submission. Either way, a humiliation ritual is an I Quit match. You gotta beat the hell out of your opponent in order to make them say I quit. And Naomi looking to do it here. She got starstruck, locked in.
Never.
Bayley said never. Not looking to quit. Hell, never looking to quit. But Naomi wants referee to check on her. After suffering starstruck, no. Bayley, she's hesitant but still continues to be defiant. Says no. Naomi trying her best. But Bayley, look at Bayley. No! Rose plant on the floor!
Do you quit?
Naomi's hesitant.
I'm fine.
She says she's fine despite suffering a rose plant to the floor. Oh no! Belly to belly onto the floor. But wait, Naomi able to eat that maneuver, able to block the kick from Bayley. Both women refusing to say die here tonight. All for the women's world title, all for Bayley's long title reign, all hanging in the balance. Naomi's status on Raw, all on the line. Bayley refusing to quit there as well. Wait a minute. Oh! Full Nelson bomb planted her hard on that floor. How much longer are they willing to go? Naomi up top. Women's World Champion slowly getting up to her feet. Not gonna like the view. Oh! Bayley counter with a power slam in midair. And now Bayley had something in mind, but Naomi was ready for it. And it, sends her to the referee. But Bayley, right there, able to counter. Caught her with a German suplex.
You quit.
Naomi, she's hanging on, but will she quit? Will she quit here? Did that German suplex did a number on Naomi? Is that enough? Remember, if she quits, she's no longer on the Raw roster. World title shot goodbye. She's thinking about it. That German suplex might have knocked the wind out of her sails.
I quit.
Oh my God. Naomi says the words, I quit.
Here is your winner and still the WWE Women's World Champion, Bayley!
A sad way for Naomi to go out on the Raw roster here tonight. But Bayley continues to reign as the Women's World Champion. Can anyone stop the dominant force that is the role model? Who can stop the longest reigning Women's World Champion of all time in Universe Mode? Bayley made Naomi said I quit. Naomi no longer on Raw. Bayley is still your Women's World Champion. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, the WWE Women's United States Championship is on the line. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. This all began when Liv Morgan became the #1 contender for the Women's United States title on Raw many weeks ago. Now Liv Morgan, who hasn't forgotten when Rhea Ripley defeated her for the Women's World title at the King of the Ring pay-per-view in 2K23 in Season 9, Liv Morgan now looking to return the favor here tonight. Looking to be the one to take the Women's United States title away from Rhea Ripley. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Still can't believe Naomi not only said I quit, but no longer on Raw now. With Naomi out of the picture, what does that mean for the women's division on Raw? Who will be the next one to challenge Bayley? Who will be the one to stop her? But that's then. Until now, here comes Ripley as the Eradicator, the Women's United States Champion, has been reigning ever since she defeated Naomi for the Women's US title in a tables match in Madison Square Garden. Now, ever since reigning as champion since then, Ripley has only had 2 title defenses so far. Defeated Raquel Rodriguez and has defeated Asuka, both on Raw. But now her first premium live event or pay-per-view title defense here tonight. And it's against a former rival. Now reignited the feud, especially after the cheap attack by Liv Morgan 2 episodes ago on Raw. The Women's US Champion seems to be locked and loaded and ready to go here tonight in the United Center. We've had LA Knight win the Royal Rumble. Who will Knight choose to face at WrestleMania? That's yet to be seen. Roman Reigns able to win the Undisputed WWE Championship from John Cena. Lara Valkyria wins the Intercontinental title. In the 4-way, Bayley retains against Naomi in the I Quit match. And here we are, Women's United States title. All on the line, ticket to Mike Rome.
Introducing the challenger from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan. And her opponent from Adelaide, Australia, the WWE Women's United States Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Women's United States Championship being defended here tonight at the Rumble. Double leg takedown by Rhea. Right out the gate, started off hot, but Liv Morgan turned that around quickly with a kick. As now, Liv Morgan Trying to wear down Rhea. Got the arm tied up here. And now just wrenching back the wrist. And, double knees to the spine. But then Ripley able to fire back with a kick of her own. And a drop kick by Liv. Starting to have a tit-for-tat scenario here. Sent her into the corner. Elbow right to the skull. Look at Ripley. Look at schoolgirl. I mean, that's how she beat Asuka to retain the U.S. title on Raw weeks ago. Rhea Ripley, double axe handle, no avail. Shot to the spine by Liv. And an face onto the knee of Liv goes Ripley. Spinning strike there by Liv. Able to do some damage on the outside. Again, Rhea Ripley has championship advantage as far as keeping the title at bay from Liv. Springboard over the top, actually. And a kick able to knock Ripley down, but momentarily Ripley able to get back up. And I'll send her into the corner. Ripley measuring Liv. Got her in the corner. Got her up top. Had something in mind, but Liv able to counter. And now look at Ripley. On the second rope. Wait! Oh my God! Caught Liv on the top with the reverse or belly to back German suplex and able to launch her. Sent her onto the top rope as well. The champion looking to show no remorse at all. Ripley looking to have no absence of malice towards Liv in this juncture. Drop kick knocks Liv down. And now what does Ripley have in mind here? She goes for a cover, lateral press. Will that be enough? No. Liv able to power out at one there. Maybe to send a message, and it's going to take a lot more than that to put me away. Towards the champion. But Ripley, very powerful. With precision, able to counter at times. But look at Morgan, look at that! Oh my God! Quick like a cat, able to launch herself, springboard off the top. And now Morgan trying to strike. But Ripley able to block, able to counter. She's trying to lead with a headbutt, but Morgan caught her with an uppercut momentarily. Downstairs, Ripley. My God, what a jackknife power bomb. Barely a 1 count. Try to get a 2, but only a 1 count. And now look at Ripley launching Morgan and landed on her feet. Athleticism by Morgan being displayed and then a double knees. Double knees to the side of the head. As the champion sent into the corner. Scoop and a slam by Morgan. The Ripley on the ropes. Liv biding her time. Does not want to make a mistake here. Liv Morgan wants to make sure she's in position. Able to get Ripley with that drop kick. She bided her time, waited for Ripley to get off the ropes for good leverage. And now, Ripley got Morgan in the corner. What does Rhea Ripley have in store here? Bad intentions by the champion. And now Morgan, Ripley sidestepped the drop kick and now goes for the cover off the crash and burn. But still not enough, a 1 count. Kick to the midsection. Ripley. Could it be time? Riptide. Classic style. Sit out Riptide. Will it be? Could it be the Rotendo? My God, not able to retain off the Riptide there. But Ripley. What a sequence to take Liv down. Oof. The Enziguri head kick, down goes Liv Morgan. And now Ripley, got Morgan up on the top again. As Morgan's in a bad spot to be in. Placed on top, Ripley in control. Elbow. And now that time Morgan able to get out the corner. Oblivion! Morgan lands the Oblivion! She caught Liv! She caught her! Oh, what a 1 count! Are you kidding me? The Oblivion, but not able to even get a 2? That really shows how dominant Ripley has been in the majority of this match. But Morgan are going to turn it around. Crucifix bomb takes her down. As Liv Morgan trying to rally here. She has rear weakened. But what does she have to do in order to put away the champion? Scoop and a slam, but Ripley on the outside now, looking for a breather, but Liv Morgan right there to take advantage! Codebreaker! Landed the Codebreaker, did Morgan onto Ripley on the outside. Now all Morgan got to do is try to capitalize, but Ripley headbutt! My God! What the hell? Kairi Sane? What the? Music being played, but no Kairi anywhere. Wait a minute, that could have been a ploy! Morgan trying to take advantage here. Morgan! Oh! Planted her! Face first! Is it enough? No, a 2! Morgan's trying to take advantage, but Ripley continues to fight. Ripley in position, thinking, Riptide! In the center of the ring, destruction be damned. Ripley looking to retain. No, Morgan kicks. Morgan survives at 2. Both women have hit each other with their best shot. Both women have fired away and connected, and still not enough. And, Ripley has something in mind. Morgan went over the top, got caught. Ripley, razor's edge. And now, sent her to the corner, but Morgan turns that around quickly. And now Morgan, launched herself in the corner, but Ripley avoided. This has been a back and forth affair, all for the Women's United States Championship. Could this be the final blow? Will this be enough? Rhea Ripley on the second rope. Riptide! Oh my God! Avalanche Riptide! And somehow Morgan survives! Are you shitting me? How does she survive that? The Riptide up the second rope! Oh! I don't know. Liv Morgan still maybe hasn't forgotten the night she lost the title to Rhea Ripley. Looking to do her damnness to continue to fight no matter what. Oblivion! Got her with the Oblivion. But both women are down. Morgan, can she capitalize? Has too much time been wasted? Hook on the leg. We have a new United States Champion.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women United States Champion, Liv Morgan.
A bloody battle for Liv Morgan. For the first time since 2K23, Liv Morgan is a singles champion once again in Universe Mode. And how fitting that it was Ripley that took the world title from Morgan, and tonight Morgan takes the US title from Ripley. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the action does not stop, because coming up next, 30 women, who will be the one to win the Royal Rumble match? For the first time in Universe Mode history, WWE presents Deadline, a premium live event, a chance for superstars to get an opportunity to make it to the grandest stage of them all, as Deadline is the final stop before WrestleMania.
The following is the Royal Rumble match! Now, the two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order they drew. This will continue until all 30 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when you are thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and will go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania!
Who's number 1 in the Women's Royal Rumble match?
It's Tiffy time!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed, as Tiffany Stratton making it known that the Rumble is on Tiffy time. A former NXT Women's Champion, a former Tag Team Champion, Tiffany
Introducing the
Stratton.
participants. First, from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
A great way to start the Women's Royal Rumble. It is indeed on Tiffy time, but the question is, will Tiffy be able to outlast 29 of the superstars in order to get a title shot at WrestleMania? CM Punk tried his best at number 1, lasted through halfway through the match. Let's see how it fares for Tiffy. But who's number 2? Oh my God! The power trip implodes at the Rumble!
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Trish Stratus!
Trish Stratus making her way into the Women's Royal Rumble match. It's been a while since we've seen Trish Stratus here in Universe Mode. And tonight, number 2 in the Rumble. Former Tag Team Champions. Almost like a student-teacher dynamic will kick off this Women's Rumble affair. Here we go. Who's going to WrestleMania? A slow start, so to speak. Tiffany Stratton almost in disbelief that Trish is back. I guess both women understanding what's at stake here. Royal Rumble match underway. Oh, snap suplex by Trish. I mean, Trish Stratus 2 years ago, able to compete in an ambulance match, and was able to get a title shot in that match and was able to win the title that night. Imagine she could outlast her opponents in this match and go on to challenge for the title once again. As Big Insiguri head kick there by Tiffany Stratton. Big kick to the midsection. Trying to roll through, but caught with it. Knee to the side of the skull. Here we go. Who is number 3? The third entrant makes their way out now. Oh, wait a minute. Making her debut, Zarya. And Tiffany able to run right through Trish. And now Zarya. Zarya, one of the stars from the Performance Center. Able to make her way out on a grand stage here in the United Center in Chicago. As Tiffany Stratton, was setting up Trish Stratus, but luckily Zarya right there to intervene. But now here comes Stratus, spot on the pine. We got a WWE Hall of Famer, an 8-time women's champion in Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton, and now Zarya, but who's number 4 in the Women's Royal Rumble? A former women's champion in her own right, Little Miss Bliss, Alexa, makes her way. Zarya's in trouble with a power trip, able to succeed on throwing Zarya out. Zarya hanging on. Zarya hanging on, but able to fight through the power trip in Stratus and Stratton. And now we're in a 4-way scenario, almost similar to the Intercontinental title match we saw earlier tonight, where Laura Valkyria were able to walk out as the champion. See Zarya able to roll. Zarya just rolled Tiffany Stratton through and planted her face first. As now Trish Stratus trying to eliminate Alexa Bliss, but Alexa and Zarya both avoid elimination. Swinging gutbuster there by Zarya, and a clothesline by Bliss. Number 5. What a pump kick by Zarya. And speaking of the Women's Intercontinental Champion, even changed their gear. Laura Valkyria in the Rumble. Spine buster there by Tiffany, planting Alexa Bliss. Shoulder attackable, trap. Zarya trying to eliminate Trish Stratus. Alexa run into an uppercut by Lyra, and Stratus is eliminated. Zarya has succeeded in getting rid of the Hall of Famer, and now F5 by Zarya. German suplex. And short arm lariat making it rain here in Chicago. Number 6. The second entrant eliminated, Stratton. Stratton is number 1, still in the match. Raquel Rodriguez. Look at Stratton. Oh my. Showing up and showing out, but here comes Big Mommy Cool as Tiffany Stratton able to take Raquel down momentarily, up to her feet now. Oof. Lyra thinking springboard, couldn't connect, but able to get back to her feet. And now, oof, beautiful counter. And now Tiffany, they're gonna go for elimination on Zarya here. And Lyra has something in mind for Bliss. Raquel's down by the ropes there. We got 5 competitors in this match so far. But now time for number 7. The only one eliminated so far is Trish Stratus. The irresistible force herself, Nia Jax. Irresistible force beam with the movable object, and Raquel Rodriguez getting powerbombed or a spinebuster by Nia Jax. Good grief. And now, Nia Jax eliminated Zarya. Zarya had a great showing, and Stratton, prettiest moonsault ever, lands on the spine of Bliss, and a back suplex on the Raquel. Nia just shoving Lyra into the corner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as Lyra hanging on for dear life, able to get back in the ring. Number 8 in the Women's Rumble. The Poison Pixie herself in Candice LeRae. Caught her with a forearm to the face. And then Bliss! Bliss DT planted Raquel. And now Stratton going to work on Candice here. Handspring. Oh, thinking elbow, but couldn't connect. And now Candice LeRae taking advantage. We saw Bliss sort of stagger Nia Jax, but Nia is just too much for Bliss and LeRae to handle here. Number 9, but look at Bliss. Oh, God. Nia planted her hard. Nightwing by Lyra onto Candice LeRae. And oh, look at this, even changed her gear. The new Women's United States Champion, Liv Morgan. And then Morgan just noticed she saved Raquel from potential elimination by Stratton. And now Liv! Crucifix bomb on the Stratton. And now Alabama slam by Nia Jax. And now Liv Morgan perfecting the Three Amigos onto Tiffany Stratton. Oh, Nia Jax headbutt. Nia Jax. Look at her finish the job. Annihilator. Annihilator. Planted onto Raquel Rodriguez. Number 10. Ivy Nile from American Made on SmackDown. And oh, Lyra! Stratton from Raw, able to eliminate SmackDown's newest Women's Intercontinental Champion in Lyra Valkyria. So Trish Stratus, Zarya, and now Lyra all have been eliminated, while Tiffany Stratton is the only one who started the match, is still in it. Liv Morgan, STO on the Stratton. And now, oh, handspring into a stunner. What a move by Stratton. Athleticism coming into play, and Raquel Rodriguez able to outpower Nia Jax. A rarity to say the least. Raquel able to save Liv from being eliminated. But who's number 11? Chelsea Green, Vancouver's own. Right into Nia Jax. Oh, God. Oh. Candice LeRae is eliminated, but Chelsea Green got spiked hard by Nia Jax, and again, just planted her. We're already past the 1/3 out of the 30 women in this match. Ivy Nile, Tahana bomb by Raquel. That's Raquel Rodriguez with a sidewalk slam. And now for the next entrant in the Women's Royal Rumble. Number 12, who's it gonna be? One half of the tag team champions, Stephanie Becker. La Primera is in the Rumble for the first time in her career. Nia Jax, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match winner, looking to annihilate the Women's U.S. Champion in Liv Morgan. Sticking power slam, counter to a DDT by Raquel. And now up and down goes Raquel Rodriguez by the hands of Nia Jax. Tiffany trying to strike Chelsea Green in the corner, and Ivy now got eliminated. A power bomb and a big boot by Nia Jax. Not able to land the thrust kick. Kick to the midsection that time, and boom, caught her with a knee. Hit Chelsea Green. The battle of the giants between Nia Jax and Raquel Rodriguez going at it in the Rumble. Number 13. She tried her luck on SmackDown to qualify for the Intercontinental title, but now looking to aim higher maybe, this last legend. And oh! Liv Morgan unable to save Raquel that time. Tiffany Stratton eliminates Raquel Rodriguez. And ooh! Chelsea Green with that splash on the La Primera. And now Liv Morgan with those elbows, but Tiffany able to fire back. Standing moves up by Tiffany on the Stephanie Becker. Crucifix bomb on the Nia. Tiffany still hanging on. The first entrant still in there. Morgan trying to go for a handspring, but couldn't get it. And Stratton able to land it to the corner where Nia was. Chelsea Green trying to direct traffic. La Primera's in trouble from one champion to another. Liv Morgan, the current U.S. champion, won the title earlier tonight from Rhea Ripley. Stephanie Becker, the women's tag team champion. Drop kick by Nia. Number 14. We saw her earlier tonight. Again, another one changing their gear. Nikki Bella tried her luck in that four-way earlier tonight to win the Intercontinental title, but again, Lyra Valkyria is the one that walked away with the gold. But now Nikki Bella, they're going to try to win the Rumble. Nia Jax setting her up. Power bomb. Chelsea Green hanging on. Morgan hanging on as well. And now Nikki Bella in the bad spot. Nia Jax has bad intentions. Oh my God!
Nikki Bella has been eliminated.
Nia Jax able to knock her off the apron. Nikki tried her luck, and it looks like her luck has run out. Number 15, Chelsea Green's eliminated. And now Vakura got back up. Potentially, at least. Here comes Julia. Neckbreaker planted by Julia, but Liv Morgan able to knock her down. Last legend back in the ring. Gonna get the leg drop by Nia. Fakir looking to eliminate the Bougie Baddie. Lash Legend hanging on, but able to fight out the corner. Nice counter there by Fakir. Able to counter with a DDT. Liv Morgan once again. Crucifix bomb on the Nia Jax. Nia over the top. Luckily the knee. Able to catch Liv Morgan with the knee. And now Nia Jax. Oh my God! Lash Legend eliminated by Julia. Number 16 is Natalya. The Queen of Hearts in the Rumble. And now Morgan trying to eliminate Julia, but Fakir got eliminated. After the tag team champions no longer in the match, only Julia is able to continue the fight here. Nice power bomb by Natty. Look at the strength of Stratton Fireman's carry, but Nia able to counter. As sidewalk slam by Nia Jax. Number 17 is upon us. Oh, wait a minute! Morgan eliminated by Nia Jax. Number 17 and Tatum Paxley. Oh! Tatum Paxley is an unorthodox star. She likes to play with dolls, but the dolls are more of like voodoo dolls against her opponent. Nia Jax eliminated! Tiffany Stratton, Shades of Cesaro and the Big Show in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale 2014. Power slam over the top rope. My God! What a moment by Stratton, able to get rid of the irresistible force. But now, who's number 18? Here comes the Juggernaut. They're going to try her luck in the Women's Rumble. As, Tiffany Stratton suffers a jawbreaker. And now Julia hanging on, able to get back in the ring. We're down to 5 stars again. Natty by nature, that discus clothesline, able to land. Stratton just making sure that there's one ripe opponent that needs to be eliminated. She tried to look with Natty there, but Natty looking to turn it around. Tatum Paxley and Julia. And oh, wait a minute! The first entrant made it all the way to the 18th entrant and got eliminated. And Paxley able to follow suit. Double eliminations occurred within 30 seconds. And now here comes Miss Parker. Jada Parker, number 19. Sharpshooter locked in. We saw Punk lock this in earlier. As Jordan Grace submits, but the submission don't mean a damn thing outside of doing damage, which I'm sure Natalya was counting on. Oh, wait a minute, Natty! Almost said a Riverdurci by Jordan Grace, but it was Julia who planted that move on the Jada Parker. And Jada Parker got eliminated! And a rack bomb! Grace with the rack bomb, able to plant Natalya. And Natalya's eliminated.
Natalya has been eliminated.
Juggernaut driver. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're now at the beginning of the third half of the Women's Rumble. Who's number 20? As, Julia eliminated. Here comes one half. One half of Fatal Influence. Jordan Grace doesn't even realize that JC Jane got in the ring real quick. JC Jane, the one half of a tag team champion. Eliminated by Jordan Grace.
JC Jane has been eliminated.
JC Jane, an opportunity squandered, but one big mistake. And now, here comes the Queen. Charlotte Flair and Jordan Grace. One-on-one in this environment so far. Both are relatively fresh. This is going to be a good one. Jordan Grace hanging on the top rope. Will she be eliminated? Flair's pushing her. Unable to do so. Sends her off the ropes. Able to duck. And a shoulder tackle. That's the Juggernaut. Looking to go to work here. Irish whip. Nice turnaround. Off the rope. Stucks under. And another shoulder tackle. And Charlotte Flair looking to suffer a scoop slam by the hands of Jordan Grace. Number 22 in the Women's Rumble. Big opportunity for Kiana James here. Making a beeline towards the ring. Flair with a DDT. Every woman for themselves, but we did see some unity at one point throughout this match. Jordan Grace going after the woman she defeated to qualify for that four-way match that we saw earlier tonight. Belly to back driver by Flair. And Kiana from the top. But not Flair. Try to attack on her, but no. And now, Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace thinking superplex. Avalanche superplex off the top. Who's number 23? Jordan number. Here comes Soruka. Here we go. Could there be a potential soul snatcher here tonight? Big elbow right to the skull. As Kiana with a side Russian leg sweep. Jordan Grace got Flair. Dick Valley driver. And now Grace driver. And now look at Kiana. Kiana thinking powerbomb, but Soruka able to counter. Number 24. Here we go. Things are getting a little bit crazy. Number 24. Here comes Cross. Oh, but Kiana able to withstand the potential elimination. Jordan Grace got her eyes on Flair. Thinking superplex once again. Soruka just watching everything unfold in front of her. This is her first Royal Rumble match. Doesn't know how to take it well, but look at Kiana! eliminates Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross has been eliminated.
We got 4 competitors in the ring. Who's number 25? What? What the? AJ Lee! What is AJ Lee doing here? We haven't seen her in 11 years! Since 2K15, we haven't seen AJ Lee in Universe Mode! Oh my God! So much going on, hard to keep up, but look at Saruka! Northern Light suplex and a suplex to follow. And now Charlotte, they're going to spoil the fun here. Able to send into the corner, so able to counter. Kiana working on Jordan Grace. Saruka working on Charlotte Flair. Is someone going to be eliminated? And it is Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace has been eliminated.
Number 26. The Prodigy herself. Looking after championship gold is Roxanne Perez.
Saruka has been eliminated.
Man, eliminations just occur left and right. Sometimes you don't even see them. Here it comes. Natural selection. Big spinning heel kick there by AJ. And now Kiana James is eliminated.
James has been eliminated.
And now AJ Lee. Bad move. Roxanne Perez.
Has been eliminated.
Roxanne Perez telegraphed it AJ Lee and was able to score a massive elimination and a springboard moonsault to follow. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Who's number 27? Oh, here comes Blake Monroe, making her Rumble debut here tonight. They're going to add some glamour to the Women's Royal Rumble match. Oof. Elbow after elbow. Able to take care of Roxanne Perez momentarily. Swing side slam. And now Roxanne. Watch it on in the corner. Charlotte Flair setting up Blake Monroe. Oh, the natural selection off the second rope. And now Flair thinking powerbomb. One arm nonetheless. And a spear. All right, what the Flair going for a figure 4, number 28. The G's up the sky, Io Sky making away in the Rumble. Roxanne Perez tapped out to the figure 8, but it means nothing. Able to avoid elimination did Charlotte. And then, oh, Roxanne!
Roxanne Perez has been eliminated.
Roxanne Perez. Over the top she went. As we're closing in on the final entrance in the Rumble. We got Blake Monroe on the top. Trish, oh wait! Oh! Charlotte Flair and Io Sky. All in the Rumble match right now. Oh! Pile driver by Blake Monroe. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Number 29 is upon us. Oh, look, it's the Pirate Princess herself. who I think intervened in Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan's matchup earlier tonight, distracting Rhea Ripley based on her music, Kairi Sane. Kairi landed on her feet, setting Monroe to the outside, now have to deal with Flair. Io Sky gets sent into the corner. So we have Io Sky and Kairi Sane from Damage Control. Kind of begs the question of, did Bayley have anything to do with Damage Control getting a later entry in the Rumble match? Kairi looking to eliminate the Queen. And Charlotte, she's hanging on. Side slam by Blick Monroe. And Charlotte survives. Who's number 30? The Empress of Tomorrow. It's Asuka. And Kairi got eliminated. And look at Asuka going after Io Sky. I mean, I understand it's every woman for themselves, but you would have thought that Damage Control will not fight each other, at least not yet. Blick Monroe fights out of the corner. These are the final four of the Women's Rumble. Has Asuka went over the top, hanging on, but gets back in the ring very quickly. Blick trying to eliminate Charlotte. Asuka swinging a miss with a swinging a miss with a kick, and Blick Monroe got eliminated.
Blick Monroe has been eliminated.
We're down to 3. It's Io Sky, it's Asuka, it's Charlotte Flair. Io Sky over the moonsault. Over the moonsault landed. But Charlotte thinking natural selection. Charlotte Flair looking to eliminate. There she does. Eliminates Io Sky.
Has been eliminated.
So we're down to the final 2. As Asuka on the top. Charlotte Flair. What's Charlotte thinking here? Spanish Fly. Io Sky eliminated. Blick Monroe eliminated. We went from 4 to 2 in a matter of moments. And now with Charlotte up top, looking to fly. Picture perfect moonsault landed. Charlotte Flair looking to repeat history. Looking to be the first ever Superstar in Universe mode to go back-to-back Royal Rumble winners. She won it last year. Can she do it again tonight? Asuka setting up Flair. Got her in the corner, but Flair fights out. And now Asuka sends her over! Sends her over! Asuka wins! Asuka is going to WrestleMania!
Here's your winner.
The Empress of Tomorrow has a title shot in hand come WrestleMania! For the first time since 2K20, WrestleMania returns to New York, New Jersey, as WrestleMania in Season 12 is upon us. Get ready for the biggest show of the entire calendar year, WrestleMania in 2K26. Make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell where you never miss a video from this channel. After claiming that Sami Zayn does not deserve to be the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn, both men have a point to prove. It's our main event for the World Heavyweight Championship.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing a brand new version of Seth frickin' Rollins. Seth Rollins feels that he has a point to prove tonight. Rollins said on Raw this past week, he thinks that Sami Zayn is a fly-by-night, a lucky individual, doesn't deserve to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Sami pointed out that it sounds like jealousy. Rollins also pointed out that he is one of the best to ever do it. And at the Royal Rumble, time's up for Sami Zayn's world title run. Rollins pointed out that it's been 2.5 years since he's held the world title. It was Survivor Series when Gunther beat Rollins in 2K23 to get it done. Now Rollins are going to repeat history from Season 3 when he beat Sami the first time. But tonight, Sami Zayn has a chance to rewrite history here tonight. It's our main event at the Royal Rumble in Chicago. Can Sami Zayn walk out as he's walking in the United Center as the heavyweight champion of the world? Can he walk out with the same piece of gold that's around his waist at the end of this one? How much have both men evolved since 2K17? Rollins went on to be a 9-time world champion. Sami Zayn, a 2-time world champion. 9 years, the last time Zayn held the world title. And now tonight, as the WWE Universe get behind Sami here tonight, the World Heavyweight title is up for grabs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it to Alicia Taylor for this match.
Introducing the challenger from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins! And his opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Sami Zayn!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, gut check talent for that man right there, Sami Zayn. He's beaten Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series to retain the world title. He's beaten Obafemi on Raw to defend that world title. But can he get past the man that sent him down in a downward spiral for 9 years in Seth frickin' Rollins? Here we go with those knife edge chops, and Rollins clubbing blow to the back of the neck. Goes for the cover, form in the face. But luckily Zayn got up at one. And now look at Sami. Oh! What a sequence to knock him down. As the world champion looking to take his time. Got to be focused. Cannot let his emotions override his judgment. Sammy has to play it cool in order to get past Seth Rollins. Rollins is the architect. He loves to play mind games. Rollins is not afraid to go to the deep end in order for you to sink or swim. Elbow after elbow to the skull. Oh! Super kick right to the muss of Sammy. And a springboard, but no avail. Got the knees up in the early going. Double tie into a side headlock here by Sammy. As Rollins turns the side headlock around, got him in a key lock position, but Rollins got caught in a hammerlock position by the world champion. Sami Zayn just wrenching on the arm. As Sammy now got a grounded side headlock, applying pressure as well. Sammy in control. As Rollins, nice turnaround. Hammerlock position. Some chain wrestling here. As, elbow after elbow to the skull. Thinking exploder, got blocked. Rollins downstairs. Pennant, no. Thinking pedigree, but Sammy refusing to have his pedigree checked. Sammy's in on the apron. What's he thinking? Oh, Rollins wisely ran to the ropes when Sammy leaped and was able to avoid, and Rollins caught him with a tornado DDT. And now Rollins, frog splash to the spine. And Zayn able to fire back with a clothesline of his own. The world champion springboard, and again, Rollins able to avoid. As, face first off the turnbuckle. Rollins got Zayn in a prime position. What's he thinking here? Oh my God! Oh, Zayn able to knock him off the top. And now Sammy just biding his time, but Rollins able to fight up the apron. And now Zayn, that pump handle neckbreaker, almost shades of Kevin Owens who we saw in the Rumble earlier tonight. Springboard, that time connects the crossbody. Third time was the charm for Sami Zayn. Sends him off the ropes, clothesline. Clothesline by Sammy. Hook of the leg. Will it be? No. Rollins able to get the shoulder up at 2. Irish whip into the corner. Hell-over kick. Is that enough? Hell-over kick to beat Rollins to retain the world. Able to kick out the set. And a drop kick to boot. At this point, these two men are willing to fight forever. And now, Sami Zayn trying to bide his time once again. But Rollins, they're going to make him pay, but a rope break there. Luckily, Sammy got a rope break. And now Rollins got Sammy in the prime position. Once again thinking Spanish fly. Can he get it? That time he does. That time got the Spanish fly. And Rollins side Uranagi. And now Rollins measuring Sammy in position. Stomp! Rollins got the stomp to win the world title. No, 2. What more does Rollins have to do? What more does Sammy have to do? Both men hit each other with their best shot, and still not enough. Sammy sending up Rollins, brain buster. And now it's Sammy. What's he thinking? Oh! Trying to run after Rollins, but that didn't work out. Rollins avoided and clobbered him. Downstairs and oh! Planted him face first. And now Seth measuring Sammy with a pedigree. He landed the pedigree. And that could be it. Oh, another stomp for Rollins to become. No! Sammy's refusing Rollins to become a 10-time world champion. Oof! Hung him up to dry on the top rope. Seth Rollins taking his time. I don't know if he's loving the crowd or mocking them, but nonetheless. Oof! Sammy's doing this damage to continue to fight. And now look at Sammy just clobbering Seth. Form after form, trapped his arms as well. And now Sami Zayn drives the knee right to the face of Rollins. Count of 5 and Sami rights and lefts, standing slice bread. Count of 7, but Sami able to break the count. Sami looking to direct Rollins back in the ring. What a main event for the world title it has been. Sami in the cover, hook of the leg, lateral press, 2 count, almost had it to retain. The Chicago crowd is showing love to both superstars here. And Sami got back in just for Rollins to catch him into a scoop slam and slammed him hard. And now Sami caught him with the running knee. All for the World Heavyweight title. Sami looking to prove that he does deserve to be World Champion. Sami! Hook of the leg up the Superman punch, and Rollins got the shoulder up. Sami had to dig deep into Rollins' history and landed that Superman punch a la Roman Reigns. But now it's Seth Rollins that got Sami in the corner. Oh no! Buckle bomb out of the corner, spine first. Onto the buckle. Rollins looking to set him up. And no. Sami got on the dodge. Sami avoided. But now Rollins. The chops, the kick to the midsection. Kicked him low. Got him in position. Neck breaker. Both men are down. This is the main event of the Royal Rumble, Chicago, the United Center, for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. LA Knight won the Men's Rumble. Asuka won the Women's Rumble. Laura Valkyria is the new Intercontinental Champion. Roman Reigns is the new Undisputed WWE Champion. Liv Morgan's the new Women's US Champion. Bayley retained the World title. Something's gotta give between these two for the Men's World title. Rollins got Sami in position. Sami crushed and burned up the springboard. Buckle bomb by Seth Rollins. Sami on his last legs. Rollins stomp. Lateral press. Rollins is a 10-time world champion.
Here is your winner and the new World Heavyweight Champion,
the architect, the visionary, was able to see his vision through thick or thin, good, bad, or indifferent. Rollins proves his point, repeats history. 10-time World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Rollins is on the top of the mountain. Good night, everybody.